Gabby's weight loss journey. I'm out and about. Gotta go get some air in my tires. Then I'll go for my walk and probably then, go to pick up a few groceries. Yeah, I'm still kind of disappointed at what I read about, renal disease, which, you can also, yes, it's the alcohol. Yes, maybe you're taking too many NSAIDs, right? Yes, the food that you eat. And, I just feel bad because, it's like I'm guilty of all of that. I am. And, I just want to do better, right? And it upsets me that, that I'm my worst enemy. Right? It does. It really upsets me. Anyway, hold on. So I decided to come to Discount Tires because they're supposed to fill your tire up for free. And I had went out to fill up my tires at the gas station, and I played with it like 2 times. And then, there were some people that came in behind me, and I was like, dang, let me just leave because, I don't want to hog up the air machine. I do have a compressor at home, and I could, do it myself, but I would just rather have a high pressure air compressor that they have here at this shop, just blow up my tires and let me go on about my day, right? That's all we want to do, is just get on with our day. And of course, they give you this feeling that, yes, you're a free service, you just sit there and wait, paying customers first, right? Paying customers first. The videos that I have been watching were videos about the underworld of our society. A few videos about some criminals wanting to be paroled, and it's like the same old thing, right? And it made me think about, I don't remember what movie that was, but anyway, in this movie, the criminals was telling the police officers and the justice system that they were the ones that kept them in business. And it was just like, what? You gonna try to do reverse psychology, on the professionals? And of course, in my mind, I'm like, how is he gonna do reverse psychology on the professionals? But looking at where we're at today, it seemed like it worked, right? Because they got them rotating in and out, right? People that were given, life sentences, are up for parole in 2 years. Like, what? They got a life sentence and they're up for parole in 2 years? And they could have, killed people up in prison, been a bad prisoner, and they still get a chance for parole. I was like, ooh-wee, right? That's kind of insane. Not that I'm not trying to mind my own business, but dang, right? What about the victims? What about the victims, right? Some of these cases, they've even killed police officers, trying to put them, just trying to catch them. Right? Just try to catch them so they can be reprogrammed. That's one of the things that, if they sit through these courses and can answer the right questions, they think they've been reprogrammed. It's like, yeah, they're not reprogrammed. They just got additional programming. There's a difference. Right? Hold on. Okay, got my tires all blew up. I was told that I have a nail in my front tire. Was told that I had some bends on my rims, and I was like, yeah, I've been going over some railroad tracks. I think I'm gonna have to stop going over those railroad tracks, because my God, the bumps, shit. Oh man, that whole area, I'm telling you, it just wreaked havoc on my tires. So anyway, now I am off for a walk. He was a really nice guy, and I basically told him, hey, maybe next week, after you guys send me some coupons, yeah. So, he was like, oh yeah, if I can fix the tire, no problem, they'll fix it for free. And, I know that they have tire shops, that will, I think they charge you like $10 to plug a tire. And I was like, ooh, but not today, maybe next week, maybe next week. Because I don't want him to fix my tire and then all of a sudden, I gotta buy a new tire. Yeah, I blew up the wrong tire. But he made sure I had 36 pounds of pressure in each tire, which was good. My light went off. I'm good. But you know, it's their job to do an upsell. They have to do an upsell. You know, he was telling me that they had steel belted tires, and I was listening. You know, but of course, my mind was saying, ooh, alloy, steel belted, all that sounds like money that I ain't got. So, dang, right? He was like, yeah, you can get your tires replaced for about $70 each. And I'm thinking, yeah, I could get 2 tires at the tire shop, for $70 and keep it moving. But yeah, some people are just weird as fuck. This guy acted like he got all this blood on his car. It's a white Mustang. Then he act like he hit someone with the blood splatter, right? He act like he hit someone and threw him in the trunk. So yeah, to my surprise, even though we have been having pretty hot heat, right? Right now the temperature outside is 86 degrees. We've been having pretty hot heat, and it would have been a lot hotter, right? Except there was an asteroid that had interfered with the solar holes that was facing the earth. Thank God, through intervened with an icy asteroid that was magnetic. For sure. Okay? So I was like, all right, we're good, because, truly we could have really suffered extreme heat. And, yesterday I was expecting it to be pretty hot. Because the guy that had did the videotape made it seem like the asteroid was going to intensify the heat. And I'm like, an asteroid was it a comet? I think it was a comet. A comet is usually very icy, right? They're not. But then I guess, the ice could, act more like a magnifying glass. But, anyway, it wasn't extreme hot. And today wasn't extreme hot. I noticed that he hurried up and put up another video stating that, okay, we're going to have some extreme weather for the next 2 years. And I'm like, Okay. And now we have a lot of talk that, what was going on in Florida was not really a natural disaster, that it was actually man-made, because they suffered like, I don't know how many tornadoes, but according to the weather report, it was over 10 tornadoes, and tore that place up, tore it up, right? And my thought was, okay, that normally, a hurricane will go inland, and then continue inland until it dissipates, right? But when I was watching the weather report, it was like, no, it turned back out to sea, and dissipated out there. Like, okay. Because once it passes Florida, then it would go through the Gulf of Mexico and hit that area, like Louisiana and Alabama, and some of Mississippi and parts of Texas, like that. But it didn't happen that way. Nope, it did not. So here was another thing that I was watching, right? I keep watching how, you have black people keep wanting to act like, all of them were abducted as slaves. And I'm like, no, some of you were abducted as slaves, not all of you. A lot of you were sold by your own family. You were sold, and some of them were even given away. It was like, because they have babies galore over there in Africa. Yeah, shoot, what do you think? They got all them wives. Shit. Ain't that many wild beasts that can go down there and hunt to feed all of them kids that they be having with all them wives. And they don't even give them, birth control. So, it was like out of the ethers. They were like, no, what you're saying is not true. And I'm like, it is true. Because they're still doing it over there in Africa to this day. And they're recording it. Right? They're recording it. How these young people, both men and women, are being abducted. Not abducted. They think they're abducted. But really, their family, and I don't believe it's the wife that's doing this. I just have to believe it's the man that, has got these kind of contacts where he's like, yeah, I got me a couple of youngsters that, I just can't feed them. They can't, I can't afford to send them to school, and I don't know what to do with them, and so of course, he's gonna take a small payoff you know, to take, you know, his children off his hands. And of course, you know, I did post that on my Facebook page, right? And then once the kids get to wherever it is they were sent, you know, they can try, you know, other stories like, oh, you know, so-and-so's missing, you know, maybe they went and got married. We don't know what happened to so-and-so, you know, they just up and just came up missing one day. And then when the children get to their destination, the children are told, you know, okay, you know, you've been brought here to work, you know, if you don't work, you know, and pay us the money that we're looking for, you know, we're gonna take it out in blood from your family, right? So yeah, they're still doing that in Africa today, right? Another thing that they're still doing in Africa is, you know, they are abducting people, you know, that are wealthier than them and holding them hostage, right? They love to do that. And then while they're holding them hostage, you know, they're drugging them up and sexing them, you know, and, you know, just doing all kinds of cruel stuff. I even heard that, shoot, they're sticking phones inside of them and then calling the phone and, you know, just to cause them, you know, some type of torture. Damn. So, yeah. And, you know, I know a lot of black women are told these lies by black men, you know, so they can entrap these black women in a victim mindset. And, you know, so they can, if they can manipulate them initially, ain't no telling how far the manipulation will go, right? So, and I think one of the biggest manipulations that they could probably tell a black woman is, you know, well, you're black, you know, don't you want a black child? You know, but I say, look, you know, you don't want a child based off of color alone. You want a child that you can love. You know? That's what I say. And it's been proven more than once that, you know, we don't have to love people by color. Now, when I was watching some of the prison movies, I thought it was interesting how a lot of them, you know, would you know, would be relating to each other based off of colorism. Mm-hmm. You know, and I thought that was very, very interesting, which made me think about, okay, so the racism, you know, begins amongst the male population. Hold on.